Because I'm about to come knocking. And this time, you'll be the one paying the price.
Holy shit. You're kind of insane, man.
Sorry to break this to you, Keiko-san. Kosuke-kun had you fooled. No matter what lengths you went to for him, all he ever thought of was using you. You were just an easy mark the whole time.
Don't get me wrong, Keiko-san. This did start out as business, but now I've seen the light. Oh!
That's enough out of you. Come on. Let's get you back to Genda's before the fireworks start. Trust me, you'll be safe there.
Okay.
You wouldn't want to see what we're gonna do to that place anyway. It's gonna get ugly.
You mean you're going to take them on alone?
That's always how it goes down around here for some reason.
Let's go, Keiko-san. Genda-sensei's office is just up ahead.
We're going that way?
This is Genda Law, where I got my start as a lawyer. The owner, Genda-sensei, is like a father to me. He's been a well-respected figure in Kamurocho for years. Where is everyone?
Oh, Saurakun and company are down at the courthouse. Those two are always putting in.
It's good to see you.
I believe we met the other day. It was that con artist case. How'd it go? Did Yagami get that solved for you? He goes all in on his cases, but that's about his only redeeming quality.
Yeah, he's really gone above and beyond.
Sorry to impose, Genda-sensei, but can Keiko-san stay here a while?
Fine by me. It was getting a little too quiet around here anyway.
Speaking of which, it's not
No, it's an anti-nuisance ordinance violation.
Huh?
It's
Oh.
She's a smart... Some good Samaritans at a train station pinned down a groper who was trying to make a getaway. Wouldn't you know it, the culprit was a cop of all... Naturally...
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. It was all over the internet. Anything that stops the trains during rush hour makes the news.
It was all they talked about. Probably because he was a policeman.
The judge is handing down the verdict today, and I don't expect he'll be pleased with it. Every answer he's given has been, I don't recall. Like that'll do him any good.
Stop that man! That man's a groper! Stop him! Stop him!
I didn't do it! Let go! Hey, let me go! Someone help! Get a station car!
This man grabbed me on the train! He put his hand up my skirt!
No, you're wrong! You got the wrong guy!
Stop struggling, asshole!
Let me go!
The cops can check your hands to see if you did it or not. Be here any second now, so just chill out!
Hey, are you filming this? Put that camera away!
Ihara-san, do you mind sitting up straight in court, please? A bad attitude isn't going to do you any favors.
Does it even matter? It's over. The verdict has already been decided.
Your demeanor still has consequences. The worse things are looking for you, the better an impression you need to make.
Leave an impression. Huh. Well, if I were the judge, I'd be happy about having an easy day on the job for once.
This is no time to be cynical either. Besides, the judge hasn't...
It's decided. Guilty is charged. This also means it's almost time for the curtain to fall until the grand finale.
What?
And so, let's get this show on the road.
All rise!
Well, like I said, we should have a verdict coming down today. We only really needed Saori-kun at the bench, but Hoshino-kun insisted on joining her.
Truth be told, I still can't tell when he's trying to help or when he's trying to impress her.
Then he'll need to pull out all the stops. Saori-kun's no slouch. Plus, she's got ice in her veins.
Speaking of, how'd you end up on the hook for defending an active duty officer?
Well, another firm had it on their plate first, actually. Comro PD, they have their go-to guys. The plan was to get a confession, earning the defendant a nice retirement package and a simple case dismissed.
You mean he'd be found innocent?
Bottom line, yeah. On the condition he left the force anyway.
Correct. But the plan fell apart when the cop kept insisting he didn't do it, in spite of the evidence stacked against him. So, once Comro PD's lawyers decided to throw in the case went... I'm sure they'll be back soon if you...
I would, but...
Restless as always. Fine. You never did listen to your elders.
Anyway...
Hey, ready to wreck shop talk?
Let's get to work.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, this the dump you brought Keiko-chan to?
It is! So could you please just let me go?
Not a chance. You get a front row seat for when your boss shows up.
What are you, crazy?
Huh.
Yes,
All the
actually.
more
Agreed. Sugiura.
Really? Could he choose a worse fucking time? Talk about a buzzkill.
Hey there. You miss me?
It's been...
Good as it gets.
Well, got some good news of my own I wanted. Tsukumo-kun and I have our very own...
Wait, are you saying you started a detective agency? Meaning, now you're a detective?
Yep. Got our own office and everything. It's in Yokohama. Didn't want to muscle in on your turf.
Man, I don't know what to say.
The one and only. At least, the only one I know. Thought his hacking might give us an edge. Never figured he and I were on the same wavelength about stuff.
Wanna wrap this up, Talk?
Anyway, we got a pretty big... So, that got me thinking. Oh, yeah?
Do you need it? Yep, I'll tell you all about it later. Sorry, buddy.
You all set?
Kosuke, care to explain what the fuck's going on?
It's...
We're here on a...
Oh, I see.
Yagami detective.
There, you see? I told you people have heard of us.
Huh.
As for me...
Oh, I've heard plenty about Masaharu. That's an amateur.
Don't talk.
Come on, man. Don't give him what he wants.
Fuck
now that we're... And we'll be tacking on our...
You know the best of freedom. And guess what meaning whatever goes...
Hear that, Kaito-san? Hey,
Greetings,
you
Yagami.
did, but... Look, Tsukumo, now's really not a good time.
Oh, he didn't offend you, did he? But if...
Yep, no offense taken, man.
Any of my responsible... Okay, but if you haven't...
Right,
You gotta be
Yeah, that's it.
Listen, I just wanted to thank the both of you for all you've done.
I'm just glad.
Oh, yes.
Don't worry.
Beg your pardon? I take...
As for... So I...
And I should...
That's really...
Oh, I don't think...
it's true, Kaito.
Fine.
Saori-san and Hoshino-kun sure are taking their sweet time.
Now that you mention it, they should have left the courtroom
Maybe
a while.
they-
There's nothing.
Wisdom.
Damn right it.
You talking to...
Yep. Though we came, you two ought to...
We will.
That goes with...
Well, I guess we should get going.
I guess so.
Thanks for having us on such short notice. Oh, and give the two lovebirds our regard.
All rise.
The court is prepared to issue its verdict. The sentence for the defendant, Akihiro Ihara, is 6 months of penal servitude.
He's getting prison time for his first offense? Isn't it usually just probation in cases like this?
Yes.
I'm sure his attitude didn't help the situation. From the start, the evidence was stacked against him, and all he did was deny it.
If that will be all, we can proceed with the court's rationale. The defendant may be seated. You'd rather hear this standing up?
Your Honor, in a warehouse, about 3 days ago, a body turned up in Yokohama. Oh, maybe you hadn't heard that.
What?
What the hell? What is he talking about?
I don't know.
I'll take that as a no. In that case, make sure you pass this along to the Kanagawa police. They'll want to know that the body belongs to a guy named Hiro Mikoshiba. 4 years ago, this man took my son from me by driving him to commit suicide. He deserved to die 1,000 times, but he was never even accused of a crime. No, he just went on with his life. The law let him walk. An utterly broken system.
Order in the court! The defendant shall refrain from making such outbursts. Defense, do you have an explanation for the meaning of this?
Your Honor, well...
Huh? How's that for an honest day's work? I just want to go put my feet up in the office.
Sounds like a plan. I need to get back to Sugiura, too. He was telling us about a big job.
You mean a big job for us?
Yeah, down in Yokohama. By the way, Sugiura and Tsukumo, they're detectives now.
Those two detectives? Good one, Todd. Wait, you serious?
This game is absolute bullshit. It's like it's designed to eat your money.
Yeah, what a fucking scam.
Fuck this. I'm beyond pissed. I need to unload on someone's face.
Hell yeah, dude. Why don't we go give some asshole a game over?
You know I'm always down.
Let's hit it.
Why is this always... Really, guys?
Let's roll, Tom. Too fast.
I wish you hadn't. And stay down.
Let's hit it.
Come on. This is the Yagami Detective Agency. I run the place with the help of my partner, an ex-Yakuza named Kaito. I wish I could say keeping this place afloat was smooth sailing. But the reality is, we'd be drowning if it weren't for the gigs we get from Genda-sensei. It's not like we don't have the technology. But when street smarts fail, most of the time we have to get physical. That happens a lot.
Guess we can finally take a breath.
I wasn't I? Crazy how he ended up in our line of work.
After seeing us in action, who could blame him?
Yagami-san, everything okay over there?
Yeah, sorry, it's a long story. You were saying something about a big case?
Oh, yeah. Listen, man, you gotta come check out Yoko, and if we can...
Oh, yeah?
Hey.
Just looking out for you, man. Sure.
Well, honestly, we're based in Eugene. The real question is...
let me check my...
Let's get...
If I tell them that...
Oh, right.
Sorry,
Perfect.
Sugiura. You'll be there.
Sweet. See you guys...
Sugiura. Yoko, huh?
Same here.
But you know what?
Yokohama 99's cross streets. Aw, it's not even close to Chinatown. So much for us getting a decent meal on this trip, huh?
Well, then how about on the way home we take ourselves a little detour? Maybe.
Tsukumo's place is way out there. Want to take a taxi?
I suppose we could. But why don't we hoof it? Yeah, we could see the sights.
I guess I'm on board with that. Let's roll, Todd. Let's hit it. Yo, hold up a sec, Doc. Nonsense over there.
That's not what I said. What'd you call me? What the? Hey, what are you filming me for? Knock it off!
Chill out, man. Why do you care? I don't see anything that says I can't record here.
Enough! Stop!
Just give me a reason. You have one? It's a free country, isn't it?
Whoa! Hey! What gives? You just kicked my sign over!
Ah, that was the wind, man. A big old gust just came through, right?
Yeah, crazy. Just now it whooshed right over.
I told you! Put that down! Come on!
Kids don't seem to give any fucks about people these days.
Agreed. So much for seeing the sights, huh?
Well, you're thinking what I'm thinking, aren't you?
Do you have to ask?
So, anything else you want to accuse us of? I'd say you must be losing it, Pops.
You goddamn brats!
I got that one! He called us goddamn brats! You picking on high schoolers, man?
No, I just don't want you loitering in front of my store! That's all I said, okay? So stop disturbing my customers!
That part's not gonna make the video.
Wow, is that one of those new smartphone models? May I?
What the hell?
Damn, the camera on this thing's amazing, man. Your parents buy it for you?
Holy crap, he kicked Sakaki down!
You must be seeing things, kid. Anyway, your smartphone's kind of dirty, don't you think? Let me see.
Hey! Give me my phone back!
You want it back? I'll give it back, but only if you put this poor restaurant owner's sign back up first.
Asshole. You think you can fuck with us? We're gonna kick your ass!
Let's go!
That stinks like a bitch! For fuck's sake, these guys are monsters!
Yo, was that Aikido just now? Oh, don't tell me you've been training in a secret dojo or something.
Just more of my own thing, really. Figured I'd find a way to hold back for punks like them. Here, this came from one of those kids. Your call what to do with it.
You really didn't have to. But thank you. Those were students from Serio High.
Is it still
You'd think
lagging?
private school kids would be better behaved, but they're just as immature.
They look like a bunch of entitled brats.
They'd learn some manners the hard way in Kamuro's
right.
Well, we've got our fair share of unsavory types. The Yakuza, not to mention those Yokohama Liomang gangsters. Those kids wouldn't dare mess with them.
So they're selective about their targets.
Yes, they'll only harass you if they think they'll get away with it.
Think they'll be back for more?
I certainly hope not. Anyway, I sure am glad you stopped by. Come to think of it, you're the only ones who've ever intervened. I take it you're not from around here?
Yeah.
So where you been?
Might end up staying. For a while at least. Ever hear of a detective agency called Yokohama 99? We were on our way
Am
there
I
right
for
now.
wagon?
I'm afraid that doesn't ring a bell.
That's alright. If anything, we should get going.
Sure. Oh, but before that, please take this with you. Consider it a token of my gratitude.
Okay. I'm still eating the same thing. I was doing it on Switch. Saying Switch. I was doing it on Twitch, but it's so delayed. Like by the time they hear whatever I'm saying, I'm like on a whole nother like a whole nother part of the game and shit. So yeah. That's all.
Yokohama 99. Yeah, that's the place.
Whoa, not too shabby, guys.
Yeah. I did play it before, like when it, because I bought this game. Hold on, I'm dropping phones and shit. Who's in there wrong, bro? Hold on. You say about my food. Hold on. Okay, I was choking to death. Sorry, y'all. Okay, sorry. I did play this game before. I bought. Yeah, I bought the game the day that it came out, and I had played the game because I think you watched me play it before. But I don't know if I played it on here or one of the other apps. Probably you could go. But something happened. Maybe it was when did this game come out? Let me Google it. When the fuck did this guy come out? So I don't know if it was this one or the other one. Okay, so yeah, I remember. Oh, no. You know what it was? The first one got corrupted when my electricity went off during the winter storm. My PlayStation had got corrupted or whatever. And then with this one, This was it was a storm that corrupted my system. And remember, I was all the way to the end because I was to the point where I was at the high school. I basically got to the bottom of like the the crime. I don't know if Kobe ever played this game before, so I don't want to ruin it for him. But I had got to the point of like, figuring out what happened with the crime. So I'm actually very disappointed that I didn't get to complete everything. But I'm willing to sit here and at least try to get through part of it, but I'm bullshitting. I'm eating. I'm not very serious, if you can tell. So, just be here. Yes, the crime. So you saw the game started with him finding a dead body, burnt up in a chair. So that means every day now, I did win.
Hey.
I'll investigate this thing. How you do that? But yeah, so the game starts, boom. First thing you see is a guy, he's dead. Well, the building was on fire first.
Ah, if it isn't the man of the hour, Yagami-shi.
The fire department coming. They see a dude.
Gentlemen, welcome.
Rotten, tied up to a chair.
First he falls off the radar. Now he's got this sweet office.
I don't remember what else they discussed, because I skipped through so much of it and it went to another scenario.
You're still quick as a thief. Maybe a little quicker, actually.
Well, I'd say thief isn't very fair.
It was stealing.
Oh, come on.
So
You know I
let's
wasn't
get through
doing it
it,
to
but
line my
they
own
did
pockets,
reveal that he
right?
was school, that
We
he
took
worked
from
at
the
the school.
powerful and gave to the powerless. It was altruism. And it's all in the past now, so let's just leave it at that.
And they had to go to another part of town or another city or whatever the case may be.
The place is nice,
And they
though.
linked up with the guys from the other game.
It should be. You're our inspiration, Yagami Detective Agency. You guys are the goal.
Boom. Came over here.
For sure. So, how about you guys take a load off? If you're ready, I'll give you guys the briefing.
Say what? A briefing, man?
Let him go over what we know.
I've actually got an agenda for today's meeting, too.
An agenda?
Just roll with it. Give him a chance. All the detective talk has made him go a little overboard. I'm sure it'll work itself out.
It's all good. Imitation really is the sincerest form of flattery.
To sum up why we called you, we've been seeing a major upward trend with these kinds of cases. What do you think?
I'll give you a hint.
So, it's...
I know. It's gang warfare. The outfits running Chinatown are at each other's throats, and you guys sort out the aftermath.
Well, we did just hear about the Yokohama Liumang. They're a gang, right?
Yeah, The Yokohama Liu, whatever. Bet they're stirring up shit as we speak.
Actually, we haven't run into any gang-related activity at all. No, what we're dealing with isn't so conspicuous. I'll just tell you, it's bullying.
Bullying?
Sometimes parents ask us for evidence to prove their child was bullied. Fairly often, they want these bullies taken to court immediately.
They'll also want to hold the
I even
schools
put it in
accountable,
English
but none of that happens without solid proof.
How old are these kids?
Most of them are in middle school. Research shows that boys at that age experience a sudden spike in testosterone. This leads to outbursts to assert dominance, compounded by the irrationality of an immature brain. Scientifically, this potent mix of impulses often manifests as bullying.
Yeah, I call that puberty.
But that would apply specifically to boys, right? You're getting cases with girls involved too, aren't you?
Ah, with girls it's more likely rooted in oxytocin, a brain hormone that also has links to bullying. See, oxytocin fosters feelings of attachment, regardless of your gender. For instance, scientists have observed that a mother's oxytocin levels surge when looking at her child.
And then it's not always a bad thing, is what
So
you're saying.
did y'all vote yesterday?
Indeed. Did you know it was oxytocin that
Toby,
enabled
I don't know if you
cooperation
should
among
vote.
our
Are
primitive
you?
ancestors? Ancient matriarchs were particularly vulnerable during childbirth, thus requiring communal support. So you could kind of say the survival and reproduction of our species was largely oxytocin at work. After all, raising a child in the wilderness would have been impossible alone. However, this intense social need bore a dark side. Individuals who failed to contribute were shunned and eventually condemned. Let's say there was a villager who never put in his fair share. All he did was eat the crops. If that became the norm, nobody would work until the village was on the brink of starvation.
And by then it'd be too late.
Precisely. That's why these offenders were punished. Primitive as it was,
Why you didn't
punishment
vote?
equated to justice, a necessary measure for society's greater good. And societies with a stricter sense of justice were the ones who endured in the long run. To put this into focus, these people are our direct ancestors.
So from a science perspective, modern-day bullying is just primitive?
Darling,
More like it's hardwired
y'all
into our
have
nature.
to vote.
Hormones are
Even
fucked
if you
up.
don't like who's running
I
for
wouldn't chalk it up
president,
to just
you
that.
still gotta
However,
vote.
we
I
humans
went and
do tend
voted.
to reject what's foreign to us. Whether we're socially awkward or simply misunderstood, those who don't conform are
I voted for
ostracized.
myself.
That's how it's been since time immemorial.
But
Misfits of civilization are
I
deserving
haven't
of punishment.
get enough understanding
All over the
that,
world,
like,
no matter where or when.
my elders, you gotta understand that it was people in my lifetime that lived that couldn't vote. My granny now couldn't vote.
Looks like you guys have been doing your...
Tsukumo-kun.
Makes sense.
Here's another fun. An act of betrayal. In those cases, the act of punishment floods the brain with
gotta go out
dopamine,
there.
triggering
This
an instant
motherfucker's
rush
now.
of pleasure. In other words,
2024.
serving justice can feel just as good as eating or having sex.
Sure. But that's where we have to draw the line. Justice can't be twisted into joy,
Yeah, go to places
or it
and
stops
tell
serving
I
its
vote.
purpose.
Very perceptive, Yagami-shi.
Man, I'm just
So, back to reality. What's this big case that needs all the manpower?
Ah, yes. Our client is the chairman of a private school. That said, he also requires us to be discreet.
How big is this school?
Let's see, there are 6 classes per grade, making 18 in total. So approximately 600 students. Given that, Sugiurashi and I couldn't possibly vet them alone.
We'll be meeting the chairman at a restaurant tonight to lay out the specifics. How about the two of you come join us? We could use the help.
Man, for a couple of rookies, you sure have it together.
You guys are free until dinner. Oh, we already made the reservations in Chinatown, by the way. Think of it as a little welcoming party. The restaurant's name is Kyoinro. If you could meet us there, that'd be great.
Sure.
I know Spanish.
You didn't have to do that.
What's this motherfucker talking about?
scroll talk.
No, don't vote for me. You vote because your ass needs to. You vote because you were somebody who is in a position to be at risk. I mean, that's it.
Really, guys?
What is it?
Oh, you can't hear me because... Sorry. I'm not using a microphone. I'm talking to my controller. I don't have anything else in observation. Okay, let me go on this cat. I don't have time to be fighting over there. Unless you want to buy me a headset.
Let's hit it.
I have a headset for my PC. But I don't have one for here because the one on my PC is USB. And then the other one, when I play on the Switch,
Looks like this is it.
when I play on the Switch, I could use Bluetooth.
Are you almost here, Yagamishi? We went ahead and sat down.
Actually, we're right out front.
Excellent. Just give the host my name then.
Will do.
I need a job, y'all.
Living in a net cafe not too long ago? He sure has come a long way.
Yeah, at this rate, he'll leave us in the dust.
Okay, so oh, here we go.
Without further ado, allow me to introduce Yagami-shi and Kaito-san, the gentlemen I mentioned before. They are, without a doubt, the finest private eyes in Kamurocho.
Ah, yes. Tsukumo-san here has certainly been singing your praises. My name is Okuda. I'm the chairman of a private high school, Seiryo, if you've heard of it. Seiryo High. Isn't that where those kids were from?
Yeah,
Okay,
ones
so
from earlier.
explain this to me because
We actually ran into some of your students today.
I have
There
a
must have been 7, 8 of them. They were harassing a restaurant worker and recording it on their phone.
one would assume an
Oh, boy.
issue with comprehension
And I'm
or
guessing you
something.
didn't just stand and
Maybe,
watch?
possibly, I don't know.
You bet your ass.
But like,
Had to knock a little
why
sense
the
into
fuck?
You mean there was an
This
altercation?
why I don't like niggas for real.
Perhaps
But
I should pretend not to have heard that.
like, why do niggas think like they could?
Because that would be unprofessional, Kaito-san.
Chairman, we'd like to start investigating tomorrow. So would you mind sharing any background information you may have?
Certainly, yes. Our administration has a very firm stance against bullying. Yet no policy is foolproof, and each situation is unique. We continually ask ourselves, are we taking proper measures to foster a supportive environment? Or if enmity is already prevalent among the student body, are we addressing their concerns promptly enough? I believe the key is prevention. Stop bullying before it starts.
And you're hiring detectives to help?
Oh, yes. See, as this thought was dawning on me, I happened across a sign. Yokohama 99, it read. I visited your webpage, actually, and I discovered just how well-versed you were at this very matter. At that moment, I knew fate was guiding my hand. Sounds like you walked right out of a commercial.
In most situations, all we needed to do was get the evidence. But in this case, we don't even know if there's a bully in the first place.
And try to put it long
Hence
enough
why
for
we
y'all to
called
read
in the
it.
reinforcements.
So, I take it you have some sort of plan?
Of course. We're going to start by spreading
Yeah,
hidden
like, we can
cameras
still
throughout the
move on at
school,
the same
anywhere
time.
that bullying is
But
most
if you
likely
miss
to
something,
occur.
I can go back
This
over
footage
it.
should provide a detailed
But we're not
snapshot.
gonna just
Then,
sit
after
here
a
and
2-week
read
test
all of
run,
this.
we'll compile our data and present our initial analysis.
Nothing beats a good old-fashioned spy cam.
Yes, but if one of these spy cams were found as such...
Oh, so yeah, like, why do niggas think that they could like
hire us.
pay you
The secret
does
stays between you and us,
be
Chairman.
slight
Not even the guards
disrespectful?
or teachers can know. Do I have that correct?
You do. I believe the more people who know, the more likely it is this would
And
get out.
then like reappear and try to like kiss your ass or
I've heard Yagami
say some
san
shit that they
has
think is
tackled many a
clever or
difficult
whatever the
case
case
in
is.
I'm glad to have such a reliable detective on the job. You have my full confidence and backing. They just keep raising
Right.
the bar on us, don't they?
What the fuck you be thinking?
So,
like you think that
Yagami-shi,
motherfuckers is
If
going?
there's anything you'd like to ask the chairman, now's your chance.
Hey, good idea. We might learn a thing
Like
or two from
respond
watching
to
the
that
master
or
at
like
work.
hit you back or
Way to put me on the
actually
spot,
be
guys.
interested in you.
But might as well.
In the slightest bit, like that shit get old. Very fucking fast. Figured as much. Why go so far as to hire detectives?
Could you elaborate on why you're going the detective route for this?
Like I said, my goal is to nip any bullying in the bud before it can grow any worse.
And it's not enough for the teachers to be on full alert?
Unfortunately, no. I'm afraid I can't fully trust whatever they jot down on some report.
But you can't trust your teacher?
Okuda-san, you mentioned you couldn't trust your teacher's reports. Why is that?
Human error, I suppose. Behavior can be ambiguous, and it is difficult to notice every little detail.
Your first response seemed to hint at something else.
Yes. Yes, I suppose it did.
Can you tell me what's going on?
Where should I begin? You see, folks, it has been almost 4 years
Like, this
since
motherfucker,
the suicide of one of our students.
He stuck.
The poor boy hung himself at home.
You mean because he was being bullied?
Not on paper, at least. We established a committee to investigate.
I actually forgot about this part. I'm getting interested in it.
You were taken to court?
Yes. One of the students' parents filed a lawsuit. Now, there were online postings that may or
But
may
anyway,
not have
so
hinted at bullying.
I was
The
talking to this
prosecution
guy.
never found
And like,
substantial evidence, and the court ruled we were in the clear.
If I can ask your
he
honest
sucked
opinion,
mad
was there
dick,
really
like,
no bullying, Chairman?
always in a bitch
I would like
face.
to believe
Always trying
I
to.
may have been too far removed from the classroom to say that in good faith. Every day I
You're
watch our
fucking
students
weird.
come to school, and what I see are young,
Just,
happy kids.
he, I don't know. He don't.
They're
I don't
all
like the
so
way that he
full of
moves.
life, with bright futures ahead of them. However, around 2 months ago, we lost contact with one of our student
So,
teachers. Everyone
I keep my
assumes it's a
distance.
mental health issue.
But
The hell? Don't tell me he got picked on too.
That could have been the case, but I
It's
didn't get
like-
enough details to say for sure. From what I'd observed,
I'm trying to
he
keep my
appeared to be getting
distance.
along quite well with the students. But I later heard his
But you
family
wanna
had
confide in
reported
the
him
bitch?
missing.
why are you trying to confide in the bitch that you always like doing weird shit to like go? Like, go tell that bitch who asked you always fucking kiss me. Leave me the fuck alone. Well, I don't know, y'all.
That
Don't laugh. It's sad. It's very sad.
In the event we do uncover bullying, what action would you take?
Of course, we would provide appropriate...
Wouldn't that mean increasing the teacher's workload? Interviewing students, filling out paperwork. That could lead to making people not want to...
Sad to say, I can't rule out that possibility. The teachers have so much on their plate as it is. I doubt they'd volunteer to look for any extra trouble. That is why we must strike at the root of it.
What if you offered your staff a bonus for catching any bullies in the act? I know that'd motivate me.
You don't think that'd backfire?
Actually, it might be worth considering. But the fact of the matter remains. Bullying has no perfect solution.
Hey, Chairman, you a big fan of Peking duck?
Oh, it's very tasty.
Isn't it? It's one of my personal favorites. Nothing like biting into warm, crunchy duck skin. Oh, and it's gotta be slathered in that special sauce.
Are you eating okay, Yagamishi? You could place another order. If you could get back to the case, I'll make sure to keep your plate full.
And he tells me to keep it professional.
So, we never actually resolved this, but we did get into a
No,
scuffle
I'm
with
not the
students.
trustworthy one
No
at
one got
all.
hurt, but how do you feel
Because
about
if you piss me off, I'm gonna spray your ass with that shit.
Well, I'm afraid I have to remain ignorant of that.
Fine. But let me tell you one thing.
But nah.
Next time I see your students harassing someone,
Whatever.
it's gonna be
In all
like that.
seriousness, like that shit
kitty
is very annoying. It's like,
That also part of the Yagami Detective Agency package?
it's actually quite concerning. Okay, enough work talk for now.
I think this
I won't
conversation
be
has
okay.
been enlightening. Any thoughts, Tsukumo?
What else is there? I
Not
suppose we'll have to
okay.
see when we get there.
Like, I'm not
we may
okay
have more
with
questions then.
That would
I
be
just don't
fine.
expect them down.
All right then. Time to dig in or what?
Are you really pretending you waited? You've been nibbling this whole time.
You call this nibbling? Hey, waiter! I want to place an order. And tell your chef, I hope his kitchen can handle this heat.
I take it this place isn't exactly cheap.
Don't you worry about that, Yagami-shi. The bill's on us. It's your welcoming party, remember?
In that case. Excuse me. I'm ready to order too.
I just don't get it. Okay, so yes, suicide at the school. Oh, I can't say that word. Unaliving. Unaliving.
So, how was that for your first day's work? I realize that meeting was a lot to take in, but the task at hand seems pretty straightforward.
Oh yeah. What was that you said about using hidden cameras?
Tomorrow we'll be deciding where to put them. We don't have all that many, so you know. Oh, and we'll be dressed as AC repairmen.
What? You gonna make us wear uniforms?
Of course. Freshly laundered and ready for duty. As you may recall, only the chairman is aware of our investigation. We must therefore deceive both student and faculty.
Sounds like a plan to me. For now, let's call it a night.
You've got a point there. In any case, try to make yourselves at home. Apologies in advance if you find our amenities wanting. I'm a night owl. If you want to close your eyes for a bit.
Ijincho's not such a bad town. Besides, these kids got nothing.
I'm a night owl, so my work's if you want to close.
Hmm? Huh?
This sucks.
Yeah.
No way!
Nah. Huh.
Like, all this is bullshit.
Yagi-san.
Huh?
Hey.
Yeah.
Skipping.
Huh? Huh?
They are so draggy.
Nah. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't read it. Oh, okay. This shit hard.
Excuse me. No way. Hey.
Yep.
Oh. Are you serious?
I owe you one.
I don't know how to use this thing. I don't.
Yagamishi, remember those uniforms I mentioned yesterday? You'll need to put one on before we go. They should be a perfect fit.
So slow.
After all, there's no information I
trying
can't
to get
find,
5:30, it's
body
dark
measurements
already.
included.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. You've never been one to miss a detail.
What's up with those guys? They sure look like men on a mission. But
We will now commence our journey. Gentlemen, are we all ready? Remember, this case can open up a lot for us depending on how we solve it. So let's leave no...
Ain't that right?
Good.
Oh, my stupid ass. I got the bubbles wrong. Okay. I'm gonna get you. It's 5:30 to like midnight.
Ah, you must be the repairman. The chairman said you'd be here.
The dark got
Take it
me
you know where you're
ready.
going?
Yes, but thank you anyway.
Ooh, this place reeks of money.
They are a prestigious prep school.
Wonder if the kids are on recess.
So, our first order of business is to analyze the layout of the school. The schoolyard should provide the proper vantage point. Let's head there. It seems this school's design is fairly conventional. See, there's the classroom building, and that must be the gym.
By the way, how many spy cams do we have?
20 in total, all of which feed directly to my computer.
Think we ought to split them up between us?
We could, but that might draw extra attention. We stick out enough as is, so people will wonder what we're doing alone. But if we moved in pairs, they'd write us off a lot easier.
Clever as always, Yagami-shi. Huh. That reminds me of something. When a con man pretends to be a cop, he'll usually bring along a partner. It seems the added person adds legitimacy, unless you're a natural skeptic. All that is to say, Yagami-shi knows his material.
Hear that, Tom? You should have been a con man.
Very funny. So, How about Kaito-san and I take half the cameras and you guys take the rest? Where are they, anyway?
Right here. Now, these cameras don't see very far, but they do see wide. 150 degrees, to be precise. So let's try to set them up where we think a bully would be most likely to strike.
So, we just gotta find the teacher's blind spots, eh? You're looking at a natural, buddy.
You would brag about something like that, Kaito-san.
Better stop before I blush.
All right, guys, I think it's time for action.
Okay, Tak and I'll start here. And you guys can work your way around opposite us.
Affirmative.
We've only got 10 cameras, so we gotta use them smart.
Somebody calling me.